Dolphins fans, welcome into Dolphins Today. I am Will Scott. Hope you are all having a fantastic start to your week. And the number one trending topic right now on NFL Twitter on this Monday afternoon is Tyreek Hill. He made some viral comments on ESPN's First Take this morning. We're going to get to those comments in a second. But first, go down and subscribe to the channel because we're trying to get to 26,000 subscribers. And look, I know what Fins Nation's all about. We're a very passionate fan base. I think we can reach this mark by the end of the day. So if you're coming across our channel for the first time, welcome. Happy to have you go down and subscribe to the number one Dolphins channel on YouTube. Let's get into these Tyreek comments. And Tyreek, if you're watching, thank you, my friend, because you have made so many viral comments this offseason that we've talked about. You've given me so much content. I really appreciate you. So he hopped on ESPN's First Take this morning, and they asked him, why did you choose to play with Tua over Zach Wilson? Here's what he said. I just feel like a lot of people haven't seen young Tua's full potential. I had a chance to practice with him. I see a lot of similarities when I look at him and look at Patrick Mahomes. He's definitely onto something. Zach Wilson is a dog on and off the football field, but I'd rather play with the most accurate QB in the NFL. Obviously, Tua isn't your typical gunslinger, but if you just pay attention to his game, everything is spot on. Everything is pinpoint. Ball is on time. His fundamentals are on point. Let's show some love to Tyreek Hill. Go down and spam Cheetah down in the comments section. I want you guys to type it 10 times. Go and support Tyreek, and it's really interesting, those comments, because, of course, when he was getting traded, he had the opportunity. Kansas City granted him the opportunity to choose between New York or Miami. They offered similar packages. He chose the Miami Dolphins. He chose to play with Tua, who he has gone out of his way to defend multiple times this offseason. Here is also what he said on First Take. Tua takes the time to make up and know the areas to be great. And those are the areas that, other quarterbacks may not be good at. So that's all I got to say on that. Tua, he's a effing heck of a competitor. He said the full word, by the way, live on ESPN. Hell of a hard worker. Like I said, man, I'm excited to go to work with him, compete with him, and battle with him. And Tyreek has a point when he's talking about Tua's accuracy, and a lot of people are going to laugh at that, and even Chris Russo is like, so why did you choose to play with Tua, who can't perform in the big games? Well, this is why, because he wins. He has a 13-8 record as a starter. His completion percentage last season ranked 4th in the NFL, ahead of Patrick Mahomes, by the way. And his completion percentage of yards or on throws deeper than 20 yards was 1st in the NFL, but of course the narrative is that Tua can't complete the deep ball. Now, when you're comparing Tua and Zach Wilson, who are the two quarterbacks that Tyreek had a chance to play with this season, he obviously chose Tua. You look at the numbers, Tua is obviously the better quarterback. At least he was last year. More touchdowns, fewer interceptions, same number of games played. Tua had a 7-5 record as a starter last season. Zach Wilson was 3-10. Tua's completion percentage much higher. Zach Wilson's QBR, I believe, was the worst amongst quarterbacks in the NFL last season. Tua gets it done. Zach Wilson unproven at this point. Now, who is the better quarterback? Is it Tua Tagovailoa or is it Zach Wilson? Type T for Tua or type W for Wilson down in the comment section. It is the pinned comment on today's video. When ad break comes, go down. Let me know what you think. Who is the better quarterback? Is it Tua Tagovailoa or is it Zach Wilson? So First Take, of course, asked who he'd rather play with. He said Tua Tagovailoa. And he also said another really interesting thing on the show. They asked him, basically, if Kansas City would have offered him a similar deal to Miami, would he have taken it? Here's what he said. Man, I'd probably be in Kansas City right now because I'm all about legacy. I'm all about history. Pat, Kelsey, D-Rob, McCole Hardman, all those guys, those are my brothers outside of football. It kind of broke my heart when I had to sign with Miami. But my mom, she says everything happens for a reason. Maybe this is something for you to help more people believe that you are today's generational wide receiver. And I think a lot of Dolphins fans will hear that and be like, man, it broke his heart. It broke his heart to leave Kansas City, a place he's been his entire career, a place he won a Super Bowl. He was obviously very tight with everyone in that locker room. But in the end, Kansas City underutilized him last season, and they did not pay him the money he deserved. That's why he chose to sign with Miami. So Tyreek is trending for a couple reasons today. Number one is comments about Tua. Number two, The sunglasses he was wearing on First Take, man, I like those shades. But you know what? Are they better than my shades right here? I want y'all to go down in the comments section. Tell me who has the better shades. Is it Tyreek Hill? If so, type TH. Or is it me? Type WS down in the comments section. Go down, let me know. Man, I got to pull up to the pool with these this weekend, man. Let's freaking go. Patrick Seatman, producer, appreciate you putting that together. Let's talk about these T-shirts now because we're offering you a great deal here on Dolphins Today. We're going to give you both of these T-shirts for $29.99. Unbelievable deal. Not per T-shirt, both T-shirts. And I've kept telling my bosses to let's keep this deal going because you guys are buying them, so let's keep it going. Chatsports.com/Dolphins combo is where you can get that T-shirt deal. Again, chatsports.com/Dolphins combo. That link is going to be in the comments and the description of this video. Man, I don't think I'm going to take these shades off rest of the show because I think I'm rocking them. Type WS down in the comments section. I love Cheetah, man, but I think I just one-upped you today. Let's talk about Raheem Mostert now. Great news. He has been medically cleared this coming the day before veterans report to camp. He tweeted this morning. Being told you may never step on the field again isn't easy to hear, but when you bet on yourself, your faith, your determination in modern medicine, good things happen. Hard work pays off. Beyond thankful. Year 8. Let's freaking go. Very happy for Raheem Mostert, one of the best guys in football, really. Here's the latest on Raheem because he announced he's medically cleared to play. This, of course, coming the day before training camp is set to begin. Suffered a season-ending knee injury in the 49ers season opener last year. He signed with the Dolphins in March and, of course, reunited with Mike McDaniel. By doing that, he's obviously very familiar with Mike McDaniel, who's the offensive coordinator with the 49ers last season, the run game coordinator before that. So Mostert has been cleared, and when you're talking about Mostert, yes, he has an injury history because he only played in one game last year after the season-ending knee injury, and then just played in 8 games in 2020 due to other injuries. Here is what he did in 2019, his last full season in the league. He was fantastic. 772 rushing yards, 5.6 yards per carry, 8 rushing touchdowns, and 2 receiving touchdowns. This is huge that he's been cleared, but he's got to stay healthy, right? And the good thing with this Dolphins rushing attack is you have a lot of depth at that position. It's not going to be the worst thing in the world if one guy goes down, but I still think he's got to stay healthy, and he's probably going to be splitting carries between Chase Edmonds and Sony Michel. All 3 of those guys pretty similar in skill set. I expect Edmonds to be the primary running back at least to begin the season, but you could have a 3-headed monster in the backfield when you're talking about Edmonds, Michel, and Mostert, all known for their speed, all can break away at really any point in a game. This could be a 3-headed monster for the Miami Dolphins in the backfield, just getting fresh legs out on the field. Or you could say it's going to be the Legion of Zoom. You're going to have the fastest offense in football with Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, Raheem Mostert, all of those guys running like quicker than a 4.4 40. It's going to be ridiculous when you're talking about the speed on this Dolphins team. Now, will they have the fastest offense in football? Type Y for yes or type HY for hell yes down in the comments section. Go down, sound off. I'm typing my HY for hell yes, man. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch this Dolphins offense. Let's talk about Jason McCourty, who announced his retirement back on July 15th, spent last season with the Dolphins, his last in the National Football League. He made his debut on Good Morning Football Today. Really happy for Jason, but he was pretty close to rejoining the Dolphins, according to Albert Breer of Sports Illustrated. He said this in his Monday morning column. If he'd come back, it would have been with the Dolphins. He and his wife had discussed it, and the fact that the defensive staff in Miami survived Brian Flores' firing in January did make it enticing. McCourty loved playing for those guys. And to keep the door ajar, he and new head coach Mike McDaniel met and kept a dialogue going. In the end, he decided grinding through the first year back-off surgery was too much, but that doesn't mean the chance to stay with the Dolphins wasn't worth considering. Here's what he did last season. 7 games played, 4 game starts, 21 tackles, 2 Bass breakups. So when he's on the field, he's pretty decent, but he did miss 10 games last season. Here's maybe a reason why he didn't come back, because the Dolphins are pretty loaded in the secondary. There's a lot of young guys that have kind of emerged, so I don't know what kind of role he would have played. He definitely would have been a good veteran voice to have on this defense, a good leader. But nonetheless, very happy for Jason and his new role with Good Morning Football. He is the new host of that show. Him and Jamie Erdahl made their debuts this morning, so I know Jason is going to be excellent in that endeavor. Thanks for watching this edition of Dolphins Today. If you haven't already, go down and subscribe to the channel. Help us get to 26,000 subscribers.